What up, guys? Welcome back to another Never Broken Auto video. We're getting started again back on the other drift car, Miata, daily drift car, whatever. I'm taking the block, the crank, and my extra rods that I have to the machine shop just to get double checked. Luckily, I saved my 4 other rods from the turbo car since I did the forged motor on this one, and this one sent out number 4 piston. So I'm gonna replace this one, but luckily I had all 4 of them from the other car. I think I'll be able to save them. Hopefully. The bottoms are pretty rusty. This one was looking the best, to be honest. But I guess we will see if they can be saved. That one's so bad. That one's bad as well. So these 2 inner ones we might be able to save and replace that bad rod. Either way, I'm taking all 4 to the machine shop. I'm gonna get the block on this little pin, take the crank, and oh, I gotta take the caps too. I'll bring those. Grab the 17, and just with a few bolts, she's off. Slide her back in there. Hopefully pull all this off so it slides fresh and clean. All right, I got the block, main caps, the rod bearings, or the rod caps, I guess, the crank, and then now I need to clean these really quick and then put them in a bag and drop them in here. Got them suckers mostly clean. As I said, I may be only able to save 2. These 2 are obviously fucking bad. They're rusted as hell. Like, insides probably cannot be fixed. This one's, I mean, okay. The top part is not that bad. This one is the best looking. Tops and bottoms are clean. Like, this whole rod and piston is really fucking clean. So luckily this will fucking save the day here. I'm gonna pack these up, put them in the whip, and then I'm going to the gym, machine shop. Gotta drop off a package, and then I have a customer dropping off for some window tint. Boom. Block, rods, pistons, all the stuff is back at S&S, and we are popping out each individual rod and piston to then compress these and check the clearance to see what bearings we need. Obviously they're gonna be a stock size, but this is just to confirm it. He's just doing all the work for me because he's a fucking G. So I'm gonna pop these out and we'll be good. Number 3. Bam.
It's super nice. So it centers it on that. Okay, so this is telling me that this one is like high to low should be from here to about the half. So it's kind of telling me that this rod's a little tight, actually, like a thou.
So the pistons are out. Todd has me basically torquing down the caps to check how tight or loose the gap is on each piston. So now I'm going through and torquing them down to 30 foot-pounds. So this machine basically goes around the lower part of the rod, and it tells you whether it is way far tight or way far loose. This is the stock sizing or stock. I don't even know how to explain it, but basically you put this on there and you rotate it, and the dial will tell you whether it is too tight or too loose. So I ended up leaving my rods with Todd. I kind of like didn't really film while I was there, but shout out to you, Todd. You're probably not watching this, but I really appreciate you because you let me in your shop and work on my stuff with your tools, and I really appreciate it. So shout out to you. But back home, I'm prepping up the oil pan just so I can paint it so it'll match the block and all the other stuff, and it'll make it way easier to see oil leaks and shit. So I'm prepping this up with a wire brush just by hand, getting all the grooves and stuff. I'm gonna tape off the plate where it bolts up to the trans. I'm gonna tape off the top, and then I'll make sure I obviously cover up where the front main is and stuff, or the oil pump. So gonna get that all prepped up. I'll get back to you guys when it's masked and ready to go for paint. All right, she's all prepped up, got all the holes covered, and I'm about to layer out on the rock and get it sprayed. Got the makeshift booth set up again. Got the silver. We started laying her down. All right, well that was like the first little coat, but it's been sitting for like 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna go through with one more nicer coat and she'll be done. While the oil pan dries, I'm gonna pull all this stuff out of my car, put the block back up here, and just get it ready for the bearings and rods and crank to all go back in. Praying this thing will be a perfect rebuild. She's gonna be a fucking ripper. All right, next thing off the list, some ethanol. I brought both. Well, actually, my other one was filled up. My other 5 gallon was filled up with 87. So I'm gonna get 7.5 gallons today, and that'll be more than enough for me to drive here and fill up again. But look how expensive this shit is, dude. I used to pay like $240 for this shit. Now it's almost $4. Fucking expensive, and it gets the shittiest gas mileage ever. But fuck it, we're gonna fill these bitches up, go get some food, and then go fill up the Miata. I'll probably just drive it tomorrow morning. I don't really feel like driving it tonight. I'm probably gonna go home and pass right out, so I will see you guys in the morning. I've gotten my rods back for this motor from Todd. He went through and basically honed all the rods, so they're nice and smooth now and can get some bearings. So I gotta order bearings for this. I need mains, rods, and thrust bearings, and then the block can go back together and I can start reassembling everything else for that. But the turbo car, I think I have figured out. There's a few things that I had to do with the head studs. The head studs kind of came loose, so I went through and basically retorqued those down, and the car has been good so far, so hopefully we can start ripping on her. Right now I'm gonna go do some logging. I have to do some wide open throttle pulls in 4th gear to dial in my boost control. So I'm gonna start the car up and get her warmed up and go do some pulls. Before I go and drive this turd, I always check the oil just to be sure we still got oil. So grab my computer and load in the next tune file. Come down here to my ECU, plug her in. Alright, plug her in. Once you connect the ECU once, it just automatically does it right after you plug it in. So watch, ready? Boom. So now it's connected to the ECU. It's reading everything that the ECU is seeing. I now have to go here, or file, load tune, desktop, downloads, 23, boom. Right to controller. So it now has a new map on the vehicle. Start a log. 23 morning watt. All right, let me go grab my keys, start her up. The startup has been kind of long recently. I mean, the car is on ethanol and it's also getting colder, so startup may be a little long. We'll see. long. Boom. All right, car's all warmed up, ready to go. We're data logging right now. Car is ready to be ripped on. Close this up and let's go for a drive. Man, it's hard to drive this shit one-handed. And right now we're set to 16 psi and it cuts out really quick. So once it hits 16 psi, it basically boost cuts and doesn't allow me to go any further. So it kind of pops, or like basically like just backfires when I hit that. So we're trying to dial in the boost control to the point where it'll just stay there and just not do that. So I'm just driving around doing pulls and we're dialing her in. Man, it's hard to hold the phone and do this. I gotta get a phone mount. All right, so I received another tune file. I'm gonna load that in and then go do a log. Right now, I'm basically trying to see if my plugs might be fouled because it's kind of breaking up high and boost. So gonna check that really quick, and then after this, I am gonna go get some new spark plugs just for some testing. 24 map. WOT. Boom. So now we're data logging and I don't even have my keys. Oops. I need to get a different key made. I already broke my other one that I had made, but I want to get like something cool made. Maybe like a UNOS key would be sick. I don't know. You'll notice how much quicker it starts up when the car is warm too. Water temp is at 160 and she will start right up. Way quicker, you see? All right, let's go drive. All right, boost should ramp in a bit later now. All right, so last log, it's still kind of breaking up. I believe the plugs are fouling out because the gap is way too big. So I'm gonna go grab a new set of plugs, gap them down tighter since I have a boosted application, and then I will be back. Probably will be a little bit. I'm gonna go to the gym, hit a workout, get some food, and get these damn spark plugs. This is my process to cool the car down. Just grab your big ass fan. Turn that sucker all the way up. Whew. Gotta get maximum airflow for the coolage, so take the one bolt off that connects the bumper to the car. Boom. Boom. Move this over here real quick. Oh yeah. Just why I love having quick release bumper. Sheesh. I'm gonna go get spark plugs right now, and I'm gonna put those in, and I'm gonna continue tuning. I'm gonna get the other motor put back together ASAP for you guys and start drifting that one. But for now, I'm gonna end the video off here. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, whatever, put them down in the comments and I'll make sure to reply to them. But have a good day, night, morning, whenever. Later.